cocaine superhighway, enriching Venezuela's corrupt elite and bringing coke to American streets. These thin lines are secret pathways from Colombia's cocaine farming heartlands below, across into neighboring Venezuela. From there, billions of dollars of the drug are smuggled north in tiny planes, US and regional officials have told CNN, aided by Venezuela's army and elite. The Colombian military we're with don't get any lower to stay out of the range of trafficker machine guns and talk to locals mostly through the leaflets they drop. We've stopped drug flights out of Colombia, he tells me, but not from places we don't control. He means Venezuela, just 5 miles away. Below, they think they've spotted a cocaine laboratory, one of many fueling Venezuela's role as a cocaine courier, which a CNN investigation has learned is booming just as the country collapses. 240 tons went from Colombia to Venezuela in 2018, up a third in 1 year, a US official told us, which could fetch $40 billion on US streets. Honduras is where we pick up the trail of this booming traffic again, on the coastline below, turned into a surreal graveyard of narco planes. The cocaine cargo they carry is worth so many millions, the plane itself is just a fraction in a $1 billion deal. So many are discarded like used plastic bottles all over the jungle. Or crammed here into one river bend. The troops we're with don't want to be on camera for their safety. Some of these have their markings torn off to make the job of working exactly where they came from even harder. America's drug habit is where the money, the rot, all begins. But that same open market also supplies a key part of the logistics here. Well, the fires deprived most of this plane of kind of distinguishing characteristics, but you can still see N4 there, meaning this plane originated in the United States. Brokers, a US official tells me, buy up dozens of old planes at auction in the United States and hide their ownership in shell companies to send them south to start their cocaine journey north from Venezuela. Again, another N, which means another plane that started its days in the United States. It's not just traffickers in Venezuela and the US making billions. The entire region is in on it. This is surely Honduras's biggest industry, the billions at stake everywhere. From this jungle road, which is actually a hidden runway, up to the Honduran president's brother, indicted last year on trafficking charges, which he denies. You can't stop the planes being sold or taking off, one officer tells me, so they instead just have to try and make landing harder by blowing holes in the runways. Just even slowing down this multi-billion-dollar trade requires so many more holes to be blown in this vast expanse of jungle. The amount of money cocaine brings here literally dwarfs any effort to fight it. Insane amounts of cash. Into some villages along this coastline they have none. In fact, the Honduran army tells us traffickers flying towards these villages often kick their cargo overboard when they think they're about to be intercepted. Each 30-kilogram bundle of cocaine is attached to floats and then drifts ashore. They then pay these communities of fishermen $150,000 for each recovered bundle. It's a calculus for corruption that most officials I spoke to admit beggars belief, and that no police or aid operation can really hope to challenge. One that sees the collapsing Maduro government as the alleged couriers cashing in fast in a region of desperate delivery men.